Surprise! I know you guys missed me. I'm sorry I look like crap. Okay, so I'm in my sports bra because it's hot. So, this is like last minute kind of thing. As you know me, this is how I am. Whatever. I actually thought I spelled Gilgo right. I Googled it. So if I didn't type it right, then I could just change it later. Not a big deal now. But I actually Googled that's not how it's spelled when you Google it. So, I can always fix it. But when I Googled it, I spelled it how it showed on Google. So, it's actually probably not going to be that long of a one. I have to get up again, and I have to get up early again and take my mom back to the doctor. So I had a really long day today, but I had so much happen in one day. It's insane. I had to share it with you guys. And then I wanted to talk about some stuff that I found out on the other cases that are going on right now. Just little things, just discussion. But I really want to get on here and tell you about the day I had because it's freaking nuts. Well, I'll double check it and make sure I did do it really fast. So maybe I have a typo. So if I have to double check it, I will. And right before I came on, the reason why I was late is my dog decided she wanted to throw up something she wasn't supposed to even have in the first place. And I don't know where she got it at. Thank God she threw it up though, instead of needing surgery like Bear did. So, let's see. I think I did it. I think I spelled it right. I don't know. It's midnight. I'll fix it later. My brain isn't working. I'm extremely tired, so I can fix it later. It's not a big deal. You guys know who I'm talking about, right? Like I might have put an extra letter. Who knows? That's just me. I'm extra like that. So, I just had a really crazy day. I want to share with you guys, like really freaking crazy. Oh, like everything happened like in one day. I don't know what's going on. Is it like a full moon? What's going on? Like there's a lot. There's a lot that happened in one day to me. So, but anyways, that's why I was late because Mabel decided that she wanted to. I don't even know what she ate, but she threw up either a sock or something. I don't know where she got it from. The only thing I could think of is my son left something out and she got it, because I'm usually very careful because of what happened with Bear. So that's what happened before I came on. And then I'm also soaking wet because I had to give 2 dogs baths. I made a mess while I was gone. So just a crazy day. But like I said, I'm not going to be on that long. I always say that, and it's like a 4-hour live. But I really can't do that tonight because I really have to get up and take my mom in the morning. So, in the morning I have to be there too. But it's like a 3 or 4 hour drive. So, anyways, we'll start like at the beginning, I guess. So I had to take my mom to get her cataract surgery today, which she's very happy about because she might be seeing soon. It's but I have to tell you the story. I don't hope she doesn't get mad at me for telling you this story because it was just hilarious. I wish I would have like grabbed the camera. I never think to grab cameras like this, but she like had her cataracts. She had her, it was someday. So like I said, I'll fix it if I put an extra letter. I'm just tired. I barely made it home. So anyways, so she had these sunglasses and she was like, give me my sunglasses. And mind you, she's under, anesthesia and all of that. And I was like, okay, here's your sunglasses. She's like, no, these are not my sunglasses. Where's my sunglasses? These are the only sunglasses I have. She's like, no, you're joking with me. Give me my sunglasses. These are not my sunglasses. It was funny. You had to be there, I guess. It was one of those things. But she was literally arguing with me that I was messing with her and I didn't have her sunglasses. That I was giving her another pair of sunglasses. And there was only one pair of sunglasses. And finally she's like, no, my sunglasses are brown and these were pink. we're like, well, you did just have cataract surgery, so you're probably seeing in color now. So it was just super funny because she was literally arguing with me that I was handing her the wrong glasses, and I'm sitting there arguing with her. No, these are the right ones. So it started off that way. Then, well, a lot of stuff happened before that, but we won't go into that. So, we leave, and it starts to get like really rainy. I'm like, Mom, we're gonna get stuck in a freaking monsoon. And she's like, no, we're not. It'll be okay. I'm like, Mom, like, I think we need to pull over and wait this out. I've driven in a monsoon before, and it's not fun. I literally drove through a river. You're not supposed to do that. So, well, now she's saying she can't see. She can see long distance, but she can't see at all. So I'm like, okay. Meanwhile, Zen has his head in a box, but dude, you're not supposed to put your head like in the box, you weirdo. He's knocked out all the hay. So anyways, so we're driving, we're about to get stuck in a monsoon, and I'm like, hey, let's go eat, because I haven't eaten anything or whatever, but I'm like, we need to hurry because it's coming. And if you guys haven't seen or know what monsoons are, it's pouring rain, it's hail, it's lightning, it's thunder. It's really, really bad rain. And it only happens for 10 minutes. It's really short. It's usually it's really short. Like, it comes, it dumps on you, and then it leaves. But I've had them out here where they've lasted a few hours. But this one was really short. And so literally we're in the drive-thru, and it starts pouring rain on us. Like, I'm talking about the hardest rain you've ever heard on a car in your life. Well, me anyways. And before that got really windy, and I'm like, Mom, the floor is flooding, or the ground is flooding. Thank God I didn't have my car. I had my son's girlfriend's car, because we would have not made it, because mine's like a little car. She had a SUV. So it's freaking flooding and flooding and flooding, and I'm driving in it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, Mom, I'm freaked out. She's like, it's okay, you're a good driver. I'm not even worried. Like, she was all high. She didn't even care. She didn't even care what was going on. She thought it was no big deal to drive in this monsoon. I mean, then it starts hailing, and this time you can't see the road. You can't even see. It's like just water. You can't see where the lines are. You can't see anything. It's just water. By this time, it's about 4 or 5 inches of water. Mind you, it's hailing now. And I mean, this size hail. Yeah, we do need it. I didn't get any out here, but this is in Tucson. Big size, but I didn't want to be driving in it, because last time I drove in it, I thought I was gonna freaking die. But it was this size hail, and it was hitting the window so hard. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm freaking out. But before I knew it was over. So that was just oh, thank God we're out of here, right? The way home, I'm having a hard time keeping my eyes open. I don't know, I just got tired all of a sudden. So I will share you guys too, pictures. I think I'm going to share this video that I already shared with Jen, who's supposed to be sleeping right now. But I will share a picture. My mom has all these hummingbirds outside. They love her house for some reason. And they like to come and lay eggs. And so I have a picture of this little tiny nest. It's like this big, literally. And the little hummingbird is sitting in it. It's so cute. So that was the really sweet part of the day. Never been that close to a hummingbird. Never seen it sitting in a little tiny, the nest is super tiny. And she made it on top of my mom's wind chime. It's a wind chime it's on top of it. It's the cutest freaking thing. And there's little tiny eggs in there. It's right on my mom's porch. It's so cool. So, yeah, short live my butt. So then I'm like, okay. Oh, I'll get to that part. Okay, so then I'm like, son, I need you to come with me because my back was hurting. I was like, I need you to come carry some water. I mean, that's what you have an 18-year-old for, right? No, it's still 100. It was 114 in Tucson today, according to what the weather said. So it's still hot. it cooled down a little bit, but out here we hadn't had any. Where I live, we haven't had no monsoons. We'd have a lot of fools. But yeah, it's been 101, 104, which is like hot for me. So anyways, I telling my son, like, let's go, so we go to the gas station, and oh my gosh, you guys, me and him both freaked out. There was literally a color car, like Ted Bundy's car. It wasn't a bug. It was like a little, like a Mercedes, like a 1960s, 1970s. I'm not a car person, but like really old. Same exact color as Ted's, right? But the guy looked like freaking Ted, except for he was uglier and he was nerdier and he had glasses on. But his clothes, the way he was dressed, was like he stepped out of 1960s, 1970s. Dude, I was like taken back in time. And like my son too, we both said at the same time, we're like, oh my gosh, he reminds me of Ted Bundy. Like both of us. I just got the creepiest freaking vibe. I was like, man, should we take a picture of his license plate? And my son's, I was like, I don't know, how do I freaking like take a picture of him without him? And I didn't have my phone. My phone died, of course. I had my mom's phone, which I still could have taken a picture. But his car, like, yeah, uglier. He was uglier and nerdier. Like he had on glasses. And he didn't really look at like that much of him, but I think it had to do with like the clothes and like his style and just like the vibe kind of thing, and the color of the car. I've never seen that color car besides Ted in my life. And so like the car, even though it wasn't a bug, it was the color car, and it was a creepy looking old car. Like I felt like I was in 1960s, 1970s. Freaking weird. And so it goes in he goes and parks over like away from the gas station part. And so I'm like, man, Eli, he wasn't from Arizona. He was from, I don't know where he was from. Like it started with an M. You couldn't really see his license plate. License plate was dirty. Like you couldn't read it. Because I was like, should we get a picture of his license plate? Dude, I have never, okay, so yes, I'm psychic, but I don't normally get vibes off of people. That's not a strong suit with me. I can't. There have been times where I've gotten nauseous around someone or I felt a certain way. And I told my mom about this. She's like, remember that time we went to because we were on our way from Arizona before we moved here. We went to a truck stop and I told her I was getting these bad vibes on this truck. Anyways, I scared the crap out of her. She was ready to get the hell out of there. It was weird. Dude, it was the same color. I'm not crapping you. Like, I've never seen a car that color before. But it was just not a bug, but it was like a Mercedes or something, like really old school. Like, I don't know, just the freaking, I don't know. It just had all these vibes of like, I can't explain it because I normally don't get reads off of people or off of things. I felt the creepiest, like, vibe, like, oh my god, he either is one or he's going to be one. And like, I'm not a great Shouja character either. Like I said, sometimes I've gotten sick. Like when I was talking to someone about the guy who allegedly unalived Dylan, I got really sick. So sometimes things like that will happen, but I don't get like vibes off of people like that. That's not like a strong suit of mine. Like I don't look at someone and know everything about them. I can't look at it. A lot of times, like if someone sends me a picture, I'm like, oh, okay, all right. I don't normally get vibes. There are times I get sick and stuff. So his clothing was like 1960s, 1970s. Like he's stuck in that era. It was like plaid, like the old plaid shirts and khakis. And I don't know. It was even my son looked at me and he was like, I was just gonna say that. It reminded me of Ted. It's weird. It was just freaking creepy, dude. I had like the eerie, like it was almost like I was taken back to Ted's time. I don't know how to explain it. He probably looked in his late 20s, early 30s. Yeah, like a time capsule. No joke, man. I was like, oh my god, what is up with this guy? And it was just, yeah, he had a dirty plate. Like you could not see his license plate. It was dirty. And he was from like either, it had mountains on the license plate, started with an M, but I didn't really get that great of a look. But man, it was creepy. It was just so creepy. I was like, God, I hope he's passing through here. I just could not let him go. I told Eli, I said, let's go get a better look at him, because he went into the store and I don't know. I mean, he, like I said, he was geekier and wasn't as handsome, but it's just like the vibe. I was probably Montana or something like that. Yeah. Hopefully he never sees this. And so there was that. And so I haven't been able to let that go. The feeling that I felt, I don't think I've ever felt that way about anybody before that I've met in real life. I've never had that kind of creeper vibe from someone that I've met. And, you know, they say that we pass 200, there's 250 active serial killers at one time. And, I mean, I'm a strong clairsentient. I can tell, like, how people pass. You know, I feel it. If I go into a negative area, I can feel those things. But as far as telling things about somebody, I'm just not great at it. It's not a strong suit of mine. Everybody has their strong gifts. It's not a strong gift of mine. I've never been able to look at someone and say, yeah. But there are times I've been able to look at them and be like, okay, they're dark. Okay, they're bad. But can not look at them and be like, oh, yeah, he did it. I've never been able to do that. Except for BK, that the energy matches. Allegedly. So, I don't know. It was just, I just got the creepiest feeling, and I have not been able to let go of that feeling that I've gotten. I've met a lot of people in my life, seen a lot of people in my life, and never have I felt anything like that or seen anything like that. It was just very, very odd. Just the vibe. Like the same kind of energy, I guess. I don't know. So now all of a sudden I'm getting a headache where I was fine. Anyways. That's why so he doesn't see this. And my son, he's very good at telling things. Like, he's blocked it off, but he's really gifted when he was younger. Like, there was one of the images I had drawn up for Delphi, which, as we know, I got many interconnects. I didn't know how it worked back then, so all the Delphi auto rights are past, present, and future, many cases, not just Delphi. And there was a drawing that I had drawn up, and my son looked at that and got so sick and started crying, and it was just a drawing. And this is when he was younger. And he got so sick and started crying. And we were going to the water park, and it was a crap day the rest of the day. He was that much of an empath and feeler. And it was just off of a drawing I had done. I tried to have someone draw something I saw. So he's very good at vibes, and he knows, you know, I don't know. It was just weird for us to agree on something like that. Creepy but weird. So then I'm like, okay, they want to stay at my mom's because my mom, you know, she just had her surgery. My aunt's leaving, so my son wants to stay there with his girlfriend. Well, they're not together, but they are together. They might as well say they're freaking together. And so thank you, Miss K. So then they're like, okay, because I thought, hey, what's going on? Don't fight. Hey, hold on. Everybody just sorry, talking about serial killers and my dogs just went crazy. Well, my cats went crazy, and then the dog outside started barking. So I'm sorry. Anyways, so I thought she was gonna come with me, and yeah, exactly. That's how I felt. That's how I felt. I'm not even joking. But like, just he didn't look exactly like him. He wasn't as handsome. You know, there was just that vibe, just the vibe. Like the same energy, maybe. I don't know. So, anyways, I thought she was gonna be coming home with me, but she decided to stay. And he's 18. And so I get in. We took her car, which is good because my bumper fell off. It needs a bunch of work. My bumper fell off. I'm trying not to drive it. Thank God, because she had an SUV and I got stuck in that monsoon today. So I'm driving home, minding my own business. I have their kitten in my lap because they have a kitten that she got before they moved here, and it just crawled in my lap, and it lays on my lap as we drive. All of a sudden I see these lights behind me and I'm like, what the heck now? You know, like what the heck is going on? I'm like, I'm going 70. It's a 65. I'm like, I went maybe a little over for like a few seconds, but I always watch my speed on that road because I've been pulled over a lot here in Arizona. Luckily I've only got one ticket. And I'm like, what the heck is going on? But they had the border patrol closed. They always have it open. This is the first time they've had it closed in a really long time. I didn't even think border patrol, but you know, whenever you see those flashing lights behind you, you get like that anxiety and you're like, holy crap, no. That's what I was saying to myself, right? So he gets out and he acts like he's coming up to a freaking car that's like got somebody that's gonna shoot him in it. Oh no, is he okay? Holy crap, that scare me. So he's got his flashlight in the back window and I'm like this in the car. Because that's what he's doing to me. He's making me want to put my hands up. I wish I could have stayed home today. Honestly, I wish I could have. I don't even want to leave tomorrow. So this is why I usually stay home. But I put my hands up and I'm like, oh my God, what is he doing? Like, is this car like, did somebody report it stolen? Is this, they think this is like been in some kind of robbery or something? Like, what the heck's going on? So I'm like this in the car. He's probably thinking like, what the hell? But anyway, so he's like shining his light. And he's like, knocks on the window. He's like, roll your window down. I was like, okay. So I roll the window down. Like, hello. I was like, you scared the crap out of me. He's like, I scared the crap out of you. And I said, yeah. He's like, this is Border Patrol. And let me tell you guys, okay, for all the women out there, the Border Patrols are freaking hot. All right, they just are. Every time I go through there, I get a bunch of eye candy, and he wasn't bad either. Well, they wouldn't care. I've driven through Border Patrol every Sunday with the goat in the car, so they've never said anything. And so he's like, well, whose car is this? And I'm like, it's my son's girlfriend, and I'm driving it home. And I like gave him the whole spiel. I took my mom to surgery, and that's where they're at. And I'm driving her car home, and the kitten was in my lap, and he was like, how old's the kitten? And I was like, I don't know, like 12 weeks or something like that. But I was like, I said, this is my son's girlfriend's car. This is their kitten. I'm just trying to drive home. I said, they just moved here last week. I said, their room's small. They don't have a lot of place for stuff. So their stuff's still in the car. And he was pretty fine. Yeah. So hope he never sees us either. But so he's like shining his light in the back and stuff because they have clothes and stuff in there. Like the car's a mess. It's a mess. And he's like, well, you have your registration? I said, nope, I don't know where it is. And well, I'm thinking like, do I look like I'm dark skinned to you? Oh yeah, no, I know there's a serial killer as a Border Patrol. I know they're bad too, but they're also good. Like anything has good and bad, cops, whatever it may be. So he's like, do you have the registration? I said, no, you don't know where it is. I'm like looking in the glove compartment. I was like, I could call her real quick and find out where it is. And he's like, no, it's okay, I'm not the cops, don't worry about it. And he's like, it's just, you have a California plate, and the way that your car is riding, he's like, you got a lot of stuff in there. And I was like, yeah, I told you they just moved from California and their stuff is still in the car. So he's like, all right, see you later. So yeah, there was that. But then, well, before that, I guess I forgot about the vision. Forgot about the vision that I had. So before all this, rewinding a little bit because I forgot about this part. I'm driving, and in this road, it has like 2 lanes, and then no, there's no divider. It's just a line, and then 2 lanes. And I kept seeing a car. It was a red SUV. I kept seeing it flip, like in a vision, like flip, and it was on its hood, and it was sliding. And I don't know if it was going to happen on that road or a road that's similar. And well, we could go on about all the cops that have killed their wives and stuff like that. So there's something on all the doctors and all that. We can go on about all of that. So there's a lot of them and everything. So anyways, this is a vision that I'm seeing with the car flipping. It didn't really happen. It's just something that I'm seeing. And it kept repeating. Like, I was like, man, it won't stop. I had to ask him to stop. I got the name Cassandra with it. I don't know. I don't know if that's connected or not, but it was really weird. So that was odd. But then we go back to the Border Patrol thing. And as I'm pulling away, now mind you, I kind of had a talk with God the other day. I was watching Medium. And I was like, oh, I would love to be like, I love the gifts that you bestowed on me. Thank you for bestowing them on me. You know, I have these talks with him all the time. And it's like, but I'd like to be able to actually like be a better location, and I'm ready for whatever you want me to do. And after that, like, things started getting weird. That's when I had the vision of the girl that like walked away and disappeared. I looked outside, saw a bunch of rain, and then like 2 days later they had all that flooding. Just things like I started getting like visions that I don't normally get. So then I got the vision with the crash, and then I don't know if that's going to happen or what that was about, but it was repetitive. And then when I pulled away from the Border Patrol, I saw something about him, but I ain't going to tell you what it is. Let's just say it's not very clean. And because in case it really happened, it'll really put it out there, and this is YouTube, and I'm not trying to get banned. So, I know, you know what though, but when I had my California plate, I never got pulled over. I think it's just because I had an SUV and it was low ride, and he said it was the way it was moving. So anyways, I was seeing stuff about him as I'm pulling away, and I've never done that. I don't see things about people. I don't see personal things about people. It doesn't work like that with me. And all of a sudden I'm seeing like something that he possibly did that's nasty and dirty, and I'm just gonna leave it at that. And I asked for it to be taken away because I was like, okay, that's enough. I've seen it 4 or 5 times. You don't need to keep repeating it. Let's just stop. Just stop. So then I call the kids, and I'm like, we never guess what, I got pulled over, and I didn't know where your stuff was for your car, and and she's like, I told her about the vision I had with the car, and with the SUV flipping over, and she's like, well, yesterday I had a random, earlier today, I had a random thought come in my head about a car crashing a red car. But she said it was a car, not an SUV. I have a red car, but I don't know. I was like, that's kind of weird, but she's sensitive. But she's open to it, where my son is not. She's sensitive. She had dream about a white dog before she got here, and Zuka's in love with her. So anyways, so I finally made it home, and it was a mess here. I had to give the dogs baths, and it's just, but then I was like, I want to go on live. I was talking to Jenna Sending, and we were talking about Gary Olivia. Sorry, I spelled his name wrong. I will fix it. I'll fix everything. I told you I'm tired. I think I added extra letters. I don't know. I Googled it, but I don't know. Like, maybe I'm OCD or something. I don't freaking know. Yeah, cops, doctors, Border Patrol, lawyers, there's one in everything. Business people, like, there's good and bad in everything. That's just the way that it is. I don't think I was so glad to be home. Oh my gosh, I was so glad to be home. And then I was stressed out because I was gone a lot longer than I needed to be gone. And then, of course, there was a disaster here because last night there was a snake outside. again. I think it's the same snake that I saw. I had one underneath the goat's water bowl, but it seems harmless. I think it might be a king snake or something, and it just slithers out and crawls into a hole, and I covered that hole up. I felt bad. I was like, well, he'll go get out somewhere else. Then I saw a tarantula, and there's a bunch of toads that Lyra keeps trying to get. Little tiny toad like this is so cute, but these are not toads that she needs to be eating. But so I'm trying to teach the puppy to stay away from the toads because he wanted to eat the toads because he likes to chase lizards. I don't know. So I'm seeing all creepy crawlies at the same time. Yeah, there's a lot of them. We can go into every profession has something. So yeah, that was my day. The coolest thing though out of the whole thing was the damn hummingbirds. I've never seen a hummingbird in a little nest. The nest is like this big. It's so cute. They're not okay. So these are baby toads. They're not full grown. And they're not the Colorado toads. They're the whatever foot toads. They do have a toxin, but they're not like the Colorado ones. Lyra's put it in her mouth before. They've had them in their mouth before. I always wash them out anyways, but they're idiots because they just keep putting them in their mouth. So yeah, that was my day. And they're not cane toads. No, these are not cane toads. These are something foot toads. They're not Saroran toads. Nope, they're not those ones. These are different ones. I looked them up. They all toads are toxic. So every time they put it in their mouth and I catch them, I spray them out. But Lyra's had a lot of toads in her mouth and she's fine. I don't know why she likes them, but I'm like, don't they taste horribly? What the hell's wrong with you? She's a little dumb. But you know what? If she had training, she'd be a great cadaver dog because she digs for everything that's in the ground. I have about 20 holes outside of her digging for toads, whatever she can find. That's so stupid. Oh, gosh. Oh, she's so cool. She's an escape artist. I gotta get money together for an electric fence, so for her. But anyways, so that's the day that I had. And I'll share the video of the hummingbird. But there's so many. My mom has them all over her house, so it's not like something that's yeah, Jenna sending gave me a bunch of information on Gary, and that's what I'm going to share with you guys tonight. So, because I don't go looking, but yeah, I mean, I know hummingbirds are great. They always remind us of my grandma. My grandma loved hummingbirds, but there's so many around her house. So she was really mad at some people that came over and like they were like a friend of a friend, and they came over and the hummingbirds had built a nest in this little thing. Well, they just took the thing and dumped the nest out. So she was really, 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 really mad. She's like, I never want to see them again. Never want to see them again. But they trust her, so they build nests like literally like on her wind chime on her deck. It's the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life. I was like, Mom, we need to get you like a hummingbird feeder out here. Yeah. Plus visions out of nowhere that I have no idea. Oh, it was crazy, dude. It was crazy. But I was like, I told him, I was like, you scared the crap out of him. He's like, oh, I scared the crap out of you? Like, I had something on. I'm like, yeah, dude. Like, you turned on your lights. Like, of course, anybody's going to get the crap scared out of him. I told him, I was like, I'm going the speed limit, so I thought you were like the cops. Scared the crap out of me. I was like, I felt like saying, do I look like I came over the border? But I don't know. I've had people try to talk Spanish to me before. Like, I know it. I'm like, do I really look Mexican? So snakes and tarantula. I got them all. But the good thing is those snakes keep the bad snakes away, so they're welcome here as long as they're, fine. Because I had one coiled up underneath the goat's water. Now I just put the water down. I was like, okay, just stay right there. You're fine. Because they're not aggressive. King snakes aren't aggressive. They do keep the rattlesnakes away. I'd rather have them any day. And actually, when I had the one that was in my house, in slithering down my hallway, and I called the guy to come take care of it. He didn't come till the next day, and I had just like swooshed it into the closet. He had me hold a king snake, and I was like, here, this is what they look like, this is how they are. And I was like, okay, they're cool. So anyways, I guess we'll kind of switch into yeah, I'm gonna post, I think I'll post a short of it, because I did take a video. I was like, I gotta take a video of this, and I did take pictures of it, so I will post a picture. It's the cutest little thing. My life is hectic. I do not have a not hectic life. You know, and then Mabel needs a bath, and she's like, screw this, I don't want the bath. So she's trying to jump out. The sprayer's going everywhere. So that's the end of mine. Well, so I guess my day wasn't over because the sprayer's going everywhere. I got soaking wet. I finally got her to lay down and sprayed her off. But man, there was water all in my glasses, all in my face. She would not sit still. And I finally got her to sit still and scrubbed her off. And then she pukes all over my couch right before the live. So that's why I was late. So I apologize. Now I got stuff sitting in my washer. I got to start because I have covers on my couch. Thank God. But they used to be waterproof, but I got different ones and they're not. So yeah, that's what I was doing and why I was late. So, goodness gracious. If any more would have happened, I just would have been done. I can't take any more in one day. So, I guess we'll kind of go in order of which way I put it. So, Gary Olivia. I know a lot of people think, oh, he's not involved and all of that. Look, my reading points directly at him. And there's so many things that point directly to him, way more than things that don't. Trying to go by my reading, and this is all alleged for entertainment purposes only. And I hope he never sees this. Yeah, they're I don't know. My mom said she's seen them. They're super tiny. So I don't know if you guys know. And this is all stuff that Jenna Sending has been researching for me. And so she said that the knot. Gary Olivia was known for specific knots. He was known for it. The same knots that were used on John Bonet. He was a painter. The broken paintbrush was used. A broken paintbrush. He used to break in and steal art supplies. So he liked to break into places. He knew how to break into places. Oh yeah, no kidding. Let me see. What else did she say? He's an artist. So I mean, okay, say that the writing doesn't match for the ransom note. And there might be more involved, but is it possible that he took something of hers and copied the writing? Very possible. He's an artist. Artists are good at looking at things and copying them. Yes, there's a lot of lies that he says, but there's a lot of truths and things he wouldn't have known. He called 2 hours before anything came on the news and said that he had hurt a little girl. The wounds, as far as the head wound, and as far as him using a ligature on his own mom. Then we have, what else was there? He lived 13 houses away, worked at the church. He could go through the alley to the house, and not be seen. I think she was riding her bike in the alleyway that day. And from the reading, I did not know this, that she was taken out of her bed. That was confirmed tonight, that she was taken out of her bed. And they think that a stun gun was used. This guy carried a stun gun. They at first didn't think there was a stun gun used, but the cop used it on a pig. And it matched. So he was known to carry a stun gun. So that's really big that he probably tasered her to get her to take her out of the bed and downstairs. And he used one. He was known for carrying a taser. He was known to be called Scary Gary. A lot of what matched in the readings, he had shrines to her. And it's possible there are lies, there are lies in the letters that he wrote. However, schizophrenics, mental illness, they don't always tell the truth. They are delusional. He is obviously delusional. So not everything will fit, but there's a lot of things that weren't released that he knew. But again, and now they're saying that the DNA they were brand new. And this was funny. This is weird. This came in the reading about the underwear. The underwear was mentioned. So that's where they got the DNA from. But brand new underwear. Never been washed. They were saying it could be from the manufacturer that make the underwear and package them or whatever. And apparently it's been said that shoddy jobs. The cops did a shoddy job. Yep. So there's lots of things that point to him that it's like, dude, a lot of circumstantial evidence. And the DNA might not even be accurate DNA. And we're talking about years and years and years ago. Who knows even if they have the correct DNA, if they were brand new, underwear. And he didn't just go to the cops and be like, oh, yeah, I did it. Or to get any kind of fame. So what happened is I hope I'm getting everything right, Jen. If I miss anything and you're in bed and you want to tell me, then let me know. I try to remember things, but I get a little lightheaded when I talk about this stuff. It's really weird. So I guess the guy that had talked to him that he confessed to, he didn't just confess to him. There was a cop that told him what to say to Gary to gain his trust. And get off there. Hold on a second. No. Oh, gosh, dang it. Hold on a second. Would you eat so much hay that you... Girl. What are you doing, dude? Is this like just a bunch of hay? Where'd you get all this at? No, get away from that. Hey. No, get out of here. Quit eating hay. Quit. Hold on. I need to sit back down. I need to turn off my camera because I got a sports bra on. Hold on. Sorry. She just threw up again. So, you know how that's it. I tried to stop her. I didn't want to throw up on the couch. Ooh. So, he basically gained the trust and the guy confessed. It's not like he just went to him and was like, oh, I'm going to confess and get famous and all of that. He knows he's insane. He says he's insane. This guy better not. They said that he's due to be released. He better knock it out because he'll just be getting right back in. So I know she's quit eating hay. No, get out of here. This is what's making her throw up. Quit. I have hay out for the goat and she's just chomping on it like it's grass. Nope. Get out of here. Probably because she has a stick stomach. Because she did stuff she wasn't supposed to. 2025. So hopefully I don't know, there's just a lot of stuff. I mean, but then there's the note that doesn't make sense. But if he's an artist, it's very possible. He matches just about everything in the reading that I got. We don't know if he ever did any kind of work for them on the side, but he did work for the church. He did paint and do handyman work for the church. I don't know if the Ramseys attended that church. When he was younger, he had thicker face, a really much thicker face, and he had thinning hair, and he matched, and that's like what, 16 years after Jen. It was 16 years after John Bonet. I'll find it. I'll try to show you a picture. I wish I could bring it up on the screen, but I'm not doing all that right now. So that's what he looked like back then. See how much tubbier he is than he was. I mean, look at the difference. He looks even tanner here. So I don't know. I don't know how would he know that something had happened 2 hours before. He knows to go in and out of a house. I mean, we got the paintbrush. The knots he's known for. Yeah, exactly. He looks spicy there. So he looks more of like a ethnic, and his last name is Olivia or Livia or however you say it. It's Spanish. It's Spanish Italian. So that could be why I kept getting the Spanish reference and the white reference together. But I got that a friend was going to come out and talk about him. I got, there's so much that I got a shrine. I got the way he looks. Like, there's so much about him. It can't be a coincidence. He said there's others involved. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe he's schizophrenic and thinks there's others involved. I don't know why, if someone gains your trust, you don't know that, they're going to go and tell anybody, why you're going to confess to them if you don't have anything to do with it. He lived close. He was obsessed with her, which also came in, like, literally to the T. Reading matches him. I don't know what to say. And I don't think I would have gotten that much on just someone that's going to come out and say it. I think the cops screwed all this up and didn't get the right evidence and screwed all the evidence up. And so now I don't even know if, I feel like they would find out from genetic testing, but it's been said they did test him, then it said they didn't test him. I don't know. I don't, he was at the church a lot. I wonder if it's their church. He would have seen her if it's the same church. How many churches are around there? So there's just a lot of things that point directly to him. He's definitely a bad dude. But he looks so different in the two pictures. It's kind of weird how he changed. Like, here he looks way white, right? Like, I was probably seeing him both, like younger and older, because you see the receding hairline, you see his mustache. I even said it had white in it, and it was like lighter. And his eyes, they are hazel, but they do look brown in some pictures. Look at this one. They look brown in some pictures. They look gold in some pictures, and they look green. Look how brown they look there. That's how hazel eyes are. Because we looked up his record. They're hazel, and hazel eyes change. So I was seeing them this way. They look brown. And here they look a little bit lighter. But look how different he looks. He does look ethnic here. He looks darker. I don't know. I don't get a good vibe from him, a good feeling. I mean, we'll just have to wait and see, but I'm just wondering if they dropped the ball. I feel like they dropped the ball. I feel like maybe evidence was contaminated, because I feel like they had tunnel vision. Sorry, I gotta fix his diaper. It's coming on. Just eat it off the floor where you dropped it. Get your head out of the box. It's all on the floor. Goodness gracious. I don't think they did. I think that they came in on Christmas and they're just like, okay, it's the parents. But I mean, do you see the parent? I don't really see the parents using a garrote. A ligature. I don't see them tying a specific knot. I don't see them doing certain things. Especially a female. This is more like male pedo geared. I think she went to sleep. So it's a lot that points to him more than doesn't point to him. So I'm just waiting to see, what happens. I mean, he's come up, and the thing is he was put in a book and, a long time ago, but I mean, the parents don't have a stun gun. Like, there's a lot of stuff that doesn't match the parents. And I tried to get the parents and I did not get the parents. I tried. And I could, for some reason, I couldn't. Even like with my mind. You know what I mean? Get your head out of the box, dude. Weirdo. So, I don't feel like they did like a really good investigation. It's like they ended up having tunnel vision, which was also said in the reading. And you know what? I didn't know a lot about this case back then. Like, I would have never worked it. The only reason I'm finding out all this now that I never knew it before, only because of what's coming out now and my reading and how much it matches. Like, it's eerie how much it matches when you go back and listen, and then you see this guy and you look into this guy. I mean, I didn't get he was artsy. I got he worked with his hands, but painting fences and doing odd jobs around the church is the same thing. And I thought maybe for the Ramseys, but maybe he, I don't know, maybe he did, or maybe I was getting that because maybe there's a connection to the church. I don't really know. So I don't know. I just wanted to point those things out that was given to me today. He's used to breaking into houses. He's used to break in to get art supplies. He is obsessed with her, like a shrine to her. Like, he reported it before. There's the paintbrush. I wonder if they ever dusted that paintbrush, if they ever got any prints off of it. Because I kept getting a fingerprint. So I just wonder if they even bothered to do that. I don't know. Or if there's any evidence anywhere else. Jen says that you banned her. Oh. Guess it was an accident, huh? We did that the other day when we were dealing with that one dude. We kept banning people on accident. Oops. Yeah. So, I don't know. Am I missing anything, Jen? Because I'm trying to think of everything you told me. I was doing all this stuff and I didn't take any notes. Bless you. So, trying to think if there's anything else. I got a fingerprint that there was a finger. It was weird because I got gloves and then I got a fingerprint, so it confused me. Like, maybe he didn't wear gloves and there was a fingerprint. Like, I don't know. Okay. 335 pictures of JonBenet. Talk about obsessed. Like, who else? I said stun gun already. I think you weren't here. Like, he is known to carry a stun gun. Like, I think he had a stun gun on him when he was arrested, right? And he says that he's, hurt other girls. We don't know. There's so many missing girls. It's possible. I know for a fact that whoever did this, well, not for a fact, in my reading, what I got in my reading, that they were adamant of telling me that there was another little girl that was in the woods. I feel like it was close to where JonBenet was, that also was harmed. I'd like to know who was missing in that area and if they've ever been found. There's someone in the woods. But it feels like it's close to JonBenet. It doesn't feel like it's like a faraway place. And I mean, he's a very, very good artist. Like, I feel like, how we always try to copy our handwriting. Maybe he was in the house before, like Jen was saying, he was in the house before and he got some of Patty's writing and he took it and he copied it. It's not out of the realm of possibilities. It's stretching it, but it's not out of the realm of possibilities. Artists can do all kinds of things, especially one as good as him. Yes, he had 335 photos, which that's a lot of photos. He had a shrine to her, which also came in the reading. A shrine, which I didn't know. I said breaking into our supplies. Poems about her. I mean, if we think about it, who else had the kind of motive he did and the kind of evidence that points to him in this situation? I can't think of anybody they brought up. And plus, he's 13 houses away. I feel very strongly about him. I mean, we'll have to wait and see. I never point fingers at anybody, but there's just, when you match up my reading, it's crazy. You know, his face was, and Jen made a good point, because I was like, well, I don't know about his face, and she says, like, down here, it was bigger. He was a bigger guy at one time. You know, I'm sure prison and stuff makes you lose weight and all that. So he was a big. I thought it was 13 houses. I heard 13 multiple times. So you need to show me where it's 3, because I heard 13. I don't know. I just, I always try to match up my reading, and there's just so much that matches him. Plus I was getting his name, and I always second guess names. I really do, because I don't know. They could fit anywhere. Where did you hear the 3 houses at? Because I keep hearing 13. Everybody's saying 13 houses away. Like on all the things I've seen or have been sent to me. There's just too much. Literally, if you talk about the description that I got in the reading, the facts that have now come out about the friend or used to be friend or whatever he was, acquaintance, ratting him out. Then we get the shrine. Then we get, all these things. They add up. And I can always misperceive things. So I could have thought maybe he's working for them because I'm seeing him working. But it might have been an association, like if he's working for the church that they attend. I'd just be curious if it's the same church. Well, we need to find which one it is, because now that it's coming out, it's all saying 13. So yeah, he is the most he is the most MO compatible. I agree with that. And I mean, who else had the kind of, we know what obsession does. Look at Idaho 4. Look at all of the cases of obsession, dark desires. A lot of people like to get rid of their obsessions because they can't handle it. Yeah, so I don't know if it's 13 or 3, but he's close proximity. So yeah, well, I second guess them sometimes, because sometimes they get the same ones over and over, and then they don't fit a case. I'm like, what the heck don't they fit? So I was hearing Gary, and someone said it. I was like, oh gosh, I was getting that. I don't know. It's just, there's just a lot. There's a lot. When you put it all together, there's more than not. You can't really pick it apart as far as the lies that he told, because when people are mentally ill, they tell lies, plain and simple. He also knew things that didn't come out. I don't know if I picked up the alleyway. I can't remember. I don't think so. I picked it up somewhere else. Yeah, he's already had a record for this stuff. For 6-year-old girls. Same age. Unfortunately. This guy better never get out of jail, I swear to God. He won't. He will take another girl's. He will. They better find something and find it fast, or connect them fast or something. There's got to be some kind of DNA they're missing, though, because did they test the DNA on the paintbrush or the garrote or not garrote? I keep saying that, the ligature. Did they test any of that? So, I mean, if you go back and listen to the reading and you match everything up with him, it all aligns with him. Before, I never knew about this. I didn't know all this stuff about this guy. So, I think that's all I want to mention on that. So, because we're already an hour, I'm feeling tired. So, how do you say it? Do you say, I don't want, I'm probably going to butcher it. I'm horrible at saying things. Gallego, serial killer. It's just weird. There's things I got about him, I feel like, because to explain the way that my interconnects work. I've been trying to explain this over the last couple of days. Interconnects have a lot to do with timing. So certain interconnects will come in certain cases that will happen around the same timing. So Delphi, Idaho 4, this one, John Bonet, this one, the serial killer, and the Oregon one. I feel like they all have interconnects from Delphi and each other. So a lot of it has to do with timing and similarities of the cases. Learning how, oh yeah, he was at the 1 year anniversary event. That's right. Yeah, but I could read that, but I probably pronounce it wrong. So, Galago. Always saying it wrong. Anyways, so that's kind of how my interconnects work. Cheyenne quit. I did my I did that reading. I was gonna actually redo another one and then release if I got the same stuff. The people that I did it with were highly skeptical. Accused me of Googling, but yet there's things that I got that weren't released yet. Like for instance, I don't know if you guys noticed, but it's on the community page because, like I said, I was in the process of going to do another reading. But Michigan was in those screenshots. His cross street was Michigan. But I just think I got a lot of stuff in Delphi and a lot of stuff in, I got Andy and John Bonet. Now his middle name is Andrew. I also think Andrew came in Delphi. So there's, a lot of things that I got in that one, but I don't think he's the only one that had the dumping ground there. Because I don't think his MO matches the other ones. So I'd be curious in doing another, like a reading on the ones that I don't think are connected, like the dismembered ones, and see. It was interesting because Peaches came in Delphi. Now, when I did Delphi auto rights, I did not understand how my auto rights worked. I was just trying to channel. Like, I was learning my gifts and stuff. Like, this was 5-6 years ago. So I was auto writing. That's all I really knew how to channel. But I did not know that I was pulling in multiple cases. So I was getting a lot of information at once. If you guys watch my world events auto writes, it turned into that when I auto write. So, but back then I was getting cases. Like I was tapping into Delphi, but they were giving me similar cases, few past, present, and future cases that were gonna be similar and happen around the same time. And I didn't even know. Like this is like when Delphi showed me the string. That's kind of why I have the string thing on the beginning of my video. And I'm gonna do my validation video. I'm gonna cut it more so that it's people don't complain anymore. But when you see the string, that I have on that beginning video. That's what they showed me. So like how cops connect the red string. What are you doing? You're not a cat. Zen's in the cat tree. So they were showing me back then that my cases were going to connect like this. So it all has to do with the similarities and timing. So I might have even picked up him in Delphi because he was going to be arrested. If we look back in Delphi, or not Delphi, sorry, Idaho 4, we look back at the carpentry, the woodworking, like somebody with their hands that build. Okay, BK used to build. It was stated, like, in when he was younger, his friend said he used to build and liked to build. So he did build, but so did this guy. So it's kind of interesting, that thing. But still, 13 is interesting. 13 is an interesting number. 13 connects to Delphi. Like, I see the connections, and I don't know if a lot of people understand how it works. So it's like, if we go back into Delphi, there's going to be a serial killer truck driver. There just is. There has to be. I got that so much in Delphi. There has to be one coming up. If you go back into my auto rights where I did the world events, I mentioned there was going to be more serial killers emerge. I mentioned that. This is like a history repeating itself, which I also said in my auto rights. So how there used to be a lot of serial killers back in the day, they're re-emerging, but it's like they're getting caught sooner because of DNA and stuff like that. I don't feel like if there's new ones, or even old ones, like, it's just the time. Like, this is a number 7 year, which Spirit also said was very important. So 7 is about justice. So a lot of the big cases will see justice this year. A lot of the big cases will start to, like, go in that way of seeing justice. And then, a lot of people will be caught, things like that. But also 7 is in so many cases, I can't even, 7 victims here, 7 victims there, 7th Street here. It's crazy how many 7s have been popping up everywhere. Yeah, so that's what we were saying. It was 2 hours before. Yeah, so there's literally, there's so many 7s, I've lost track of all the 7s from what the auto right just said it was going to be important. I thought it was interesting about going back to John Bonet, July being mentioned, and all this happening in July now, or being brought back up in July. So we'll get to that one in just a minute. So I think that, there was certain things that I got, like I got that he was married. I'd have to go back and reread, because I honestly didn't read what that reading was. But I think it would be interesting to tap into one of the victims that we don't think is involved and see if I can get anything on that. I do think there's a doctor somewhere, though. That's something I can't really shake. And like, I kept seeing like a house with like a bunch of windows. But I also thought it interesting that, Red House came up. He lived in a red house. And now they're looking at a storage unit. So and then we go back to, the another interconnect, okay? There's actually a couple and I try not to get interconnects, guys. I try to focus so hard, but there's a reason that Spirit works with me this way. I don't know what it is. I don't understand it. I don't know if it's just because it's a neat thing to like show the connection and how everything's connected, or what. But if we go back to Madeline Kingsbury, there's a couple of interconnects in there. I think I couldn't leave the river because there was literally going to be 3 drownings. Plus, they did find a guy in the river during the time of searching, but I still didn't want to leave it, even though I named my dog Mabel like freaking year before. I should have known. And a lot of the stuff I got like 4 miles from an area that he knows, all of that. I think that it's just, I was kind of obsessed with the river was because I think it was like a couple weeks later, 3 people drowned in the river, and I saw those 3 crosses by the river. So I was getting a foretelling feeling that something was going to happen, and that was my 3. I'm not doing Carly. Nothing happened to her. I'm not doing her. Nope. Not doing her. Not gonna waste my time on her. Sorry. I'm not trying to be rude. Nope. There's real people that need my help. So yeah, I'll explain. We'll go into that in just a minute. But so I'm just kind of explaining like how the interconnects work, because they're just so, she did that herself. No one else pulled over for a toddler. It's just very sketch. We'll just say that. It's not my story to tell. Like someone said today, like, none of these stories are yours to tell. Yeah, they are. They wouldn't come to me and have me tell them. It's different when you're alive. Yeah, I do. I think so. I'll shut up about that now, because maybe a lot of people might not like that. What are you doing, dude? This goat, I swear he gets into everything, and my other goats did not do that. But so there is that interconnect with the 3 in the river, and then I kept getting a reference to a storage unit. Well, in the same like state, this guy had unalived 2 women and put them in storage units. So I get little pieces of the interconnect, but still very, things. So like I tell everybody, cases have their timing. So this in Delphi, they always told me 5, and they always told me October. So 5 years in October was what they were trying to tell me. That's why they gave me the name in May, because of the timing of it. I got the name before, but if you guys noticed, I got Richard and John Bonet. And that's because Delphi is happening at the same time John Bonet is. Or things are coming out at the same time. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's what I'm wondering, because I kept getting a doctor, right? And these people that were like saying, "Oh, you Googled this." I didn't know anything about that case. Like, I don't work cases I know stuff about. Like, I refuse it. And I don't go and like research things. I try to stay under a rock, because I never know what I'm gonna work. And I don't like to know things, because it's hard to tell my mind from spirit. So I try to stay away from stuff. But that makes sense, because I keep getting a doctor. And I did get a cop. I did get a cop in the reading as well. So we'll try to check that out. But so everything has their timing. That's why it took 5 years, because it wasn't time. Everything has a time and a place. That's why I always tell people, like, if people are meant to be found, they'll be found in the time they're meant to be found. Like when Madeline Kingsbury's missing, I kept feeling for like days, she's gonna be found. She's gonna be found. I need to work on the case, but she's gonna be found. But I need to work on it. And then she was found. Like, I was thinking that. Yeah, I just think it was kind of a dumping ground, like kind of like the killing fields. Like if you go to the killing fields, I don't think that's all one person either. I just think it happens to be a negative place where people tend to dump bodies. And that's why whenever I like tried to channel that case, I got so many different things. There's a truck driver I picked up in that one too. There is a brotherhood of serial killer truck drivers, guys. There is. You can look it up on YouTube, whatever. It's out there. So there is literally a known brotherhood, and that's why like I-80 has all these bodies and stuff. So I'm thinking there's multiple killers. I'm thinking the Long Island serial killer is a little different than this guy. But I did pick up this guy. I didn't like pick up the R. Okay, so again, I kept getting the R in John Bonet, and his name's Rex. I got the R a lot in Delphi. There's a lot of stuff in Delphi that I got. A lot. And I think it's all like serial killer based. A lot of it's serial killer based. So then, we go into the Oregon 6, which we just found out today. If you go to my community page, you look at the Delphi. Now, this one blew my mind. I cannot freaking believe this. I think I totally screwed up that reading, and I think I should have talked to Ted on it. I think I should have talked to Ted on it, because it didn't feel like the one was connected to the others. I don't know why I'm getting a cop with that one. I don't know. But this one, I have to go back and listen, because honestly, I don't remember like what I got for Kristen Smith. So, but if you go back to the Delphi Auto Right 3, which is 2017, 6 years ago, I said he was looking for I don't know, am I allowed to say that? The P word, with red hair, green eyes, about 18. Get the word Oregon and the name Jesse. Well, his name is Jesse. Kristen Smith. That's why I was so drawn to her. Kristen Smith is red hair, green eyes. I mean, it says blue. It says brown, but look at her. Her hair looks red. And I'm not sure of her age. I think she's around the age. And Oregon, and his name's Jesse. Like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I couldn't even believe that when I saw that today, because I was like, Jesse, that sounds so familiar. Hold on a second. I need to check my go. He like literally tries to eat everything, and so I have to watch it because I'll go in there and I'll have half the toilet paper roll in his mouth. It's insane. So, but the other thing I got in Kristen Smith was fire. It's turned out that this guy that they're looking at was a firefighter in the prison system. I don't know if that's why I got fired or not. I think it's interesting. The drugs is definitely connected. That's interesting. But I could have been picking up what she was doing, because it turns out that there's a truck stop right there. So that's why I kept hearing trucks, because they were constantly driving by her, and she may have gotten in a truck with somebody the same day. It may not necessarily be that that's who was involved with, in hurting her or unaliving her, but it may just be the facts around the case. It may just be, we don't know, maybe she got in a truck with somebody and then they dropped her off and this guy picked her up, or it has to do, like, there's some kind of weird connection there. I don't know. So we have to remember that sometimes I'll see the perpetrator really well and sometimes I won't. And sometimes I get things around the case, so I can perceive it as the truck driver did something, but maybe she just got in the truck with the truck driver the same day and then was let out and then it happened after. I don't really know. I have to go back and listen, because that reading's a blur. But I originally was going to just talk to Ted on that and see what he had to say as far as if they were connected or serial killer. Serial killers are very hard because to me it is. It's hard to see, like, if they're connected or not. So going back to this, I feel like he could be. He definitely could be. I think he was getting ready to get back active again, which in my auto rights, I think it was like 6 or 7. I was talking about New York and a serial killer being active and being inactive and becoming active, or wanting to become active and being caught or something. And I was getting my symbol for New York, which is Lady Liberty. So I thought that was interesting. Yeah, it was like I just kind of jumped on here, and yeah, I think it would be interesting to try and do another reading, like do a reading on just the ones that we don't think, like because I didn't realize, like, there was different. I don't, like I said, I don't know a lot about the case, so I didn't realize there was different victims there, like different ways that they were killed. Because also, if you look at by Delphi rights, though, I did say that there was a serial killer that would change up his MO. Where does this go at again? I'm gonna end up putting you away, dude. I just want to make sure he doesn't eat anything. Like I said, have a paper towel roll in his mouth. Freaking eating clothes. I don't know. He's crazy. So, don't know much about that guy. And I only was able to do one reading that they think is connected. I've been trying to do more, but with private readings and the drain from the heat and everything, I just haven't, unfortunately. But the thing is, I don't know where the heck he is, and I have to keep my eye on that dude, because no, Libby. Oh my god. Libby likes to jump on my computer and try to kick me off. So, yeah. I think that's it. I was trying to think of what else we were going to talk about, but I really wanted to bring up the interconnects because I think if you go back into Delphi, like I even need to go back into Delphi. Like I think there are so many cases that we don't realize are there that they're going to start hitting a lot right now because of the timing. So the timing of Delphi and all of that, it's all going to hit right now. Yeah. I love him too, but I don't know where my little stinker of a goat is. Oh, he's right behind me. Okay, that's good. Yeah, the Oregon guy. So as far as the very first reading I did, I can't speaks. They're saying they don't know if they don't think she's connected. So that might be why I got something completely different for her. But I didn't get a lot done on the next 4. But I can see why I would be like drawn to the girl with the red hair because she's like obviously who I picked up on in I mean obviously. I mean she looks like she's got red hair to me. I don't care her thing says she's got brown. It looks red to me. Very much red. No, I think that he's connected to a ring that's connected to a larger picture of people that I think the Freedom movie is a good example. I haven't seen it, but I'm just guessing. Yeah. So I'm guessing that there's going to be a lot. And there's a lot that we don't make validation videos for in the world events too that I just, how about the Jetsons car? I couldn't believe they're actually called Jetsons. I don't know why we're making flying cars. People are crashing their airplanes all the time. It makes no sense, but okay. It's a new one that's out. I haven't seen it. So it's basically about sex trafficking and all of that. And I think it's, a lot of it stems from online, dark web, stuff like that. Like I got a lot of that in my auto rights as well. So when you're looking at the Delphi auto rights, keep in mind that it's not all Delphi. Like I've said that over and over and over again. And I didn't learn that until recently, like till I learned how I work like a couple years ago. I started learning, well, this doesn't all fit here, I believe so. Yeah, we don't know a lot about him yet. And you know what's weird about, okay, so get this, the other weird thing, right? You look at BK, you look at the Gilgo serial killer, and you look at this Oregon guy, and they all have brown hair, blue eyes. And the weird thing about the Oregon one is he has ice blue eyes, and I kept getting an ice blue eyed guy in Delphi. What's a harvester? Oh no. So I think that when Spirit says they look like Bundy, brown hair, blue eyes, like that's what I'm gonna go with. Not necessarily the facial features or anything like that, just those things. But they all have brown hair, blue eyes. I find that so freaking weird. But ice blue eyes in this guy. If you look at him, his eyes almost look white in some pictures. And I got ice blue eyes in Delphi. Where did you in this morning papers? Can you email me that? That might be why I was only getting pieces that you could see. That's a long graph though, and why some might be down a hill or something. I don't know. I didn't hear. I mean that. I wonder if that could be the truck sound I was hearing. Okay, I thought so. I worked on a farm. I should know that. I don't know just why I went. That might be why I kept hearing like the truck sound. I don't know. Yeah, that's sad. Why maybe I didn't see it all. I wonder how close to the road he is. or if like that's why I was getting like only like you could see like a little bit, but rocks. I don't know where the rocks would come in at unless he's in different pieces. I don't know. I didn't see a machine. I just like heard like a truck sound like over and over and over, but it was almost like the truck was going up and down the road. But I wouldn't see, this is why I get so frustrated. So I told Spirit I need to be better. I get very frustrated because things like come in like bits and pieces sometimes. Like I don't get the whole story, but then like stuff like that, like why didn't they could have showed me. I know kind of what those things are. I worked on a farm, not where we had harvesters, but I mean we had other machines. But I know that they do have loud motors and they do sound a certain way. But they could have spared me from seeing that, yes. But why show me the road? Like, unless they're trying to reference, like, I don't know. It was just a really loud motor I kept hearing. Yeah, but he's an old soul though. So all babies, kids, whatever, they're still old souls, but maybe he didn't know how to show it to me or make me hear it or something, and maybe I was spared. I'd be curious. Oh, the farm. Oh, the farm. Oh my god. Oh. I relate the windmill to a farm and the property and all of like in the distance and oh my god. Oh no, I haven't said I was gonna do it on Saturday, but what did I do? Something happened. I wasn't feeling well. I wasn't feeling well Saturday because of the heat and stuff. And I got really tired and I just didn't get to do a live. So I'm going to I'll probably do it this week. I'm gonna do a live. What I'm gonna do is for the raffle, and I explained it in Emil's thing. I'll post when I'm gonna do the live, so I'll try to do it early for you guys. I will literally write down the pieces of paper, write down the names I have on the piece of paper live, so you guys don't think I'm cheating. I will give everybody a chance to buy more raffle tickets or buy raffle tickets if they want to at that point in time. I will put your name in the thing and we'll draw it then. Oh my god. Does wheat have, or does stuff that they cut like have like flowers and stuff on it? I wonder would it be within 3 miles? I wonder what farm. We need to find that. Lizzie, we need to find that. I can't believe that. It's kind of chilling when I think about it. Like last night it didn't like make sense to me. Like because I kept seeing like hidden, like just a little piece like hidden, like a piece of shirt or something, like just like in a rock, like you can't see, like I don't know, it was really weird. Okay, yeah, so I'll try to do it this week the best that I can. Like I said, I have to go back to Tucson tomorrow to take my mom to the doctor so they can check and make sure the pressure and everything's in her eye. She had surgery today. And then I have readings all week, but I will do my best. I will do it live for you guys. So I will let you guys know. They usually have windmill. I bet you there's a windmill, and I bet you there's a, like in the distance, and I bet you there's a road. There's got to be. Yeah. It was like I could only see the clothing, but it was weird. I saw it in blue, and I know he wasn't wearing blue, so it didn't really make sense. But he was wearing blue in the picture I was seeing, so I don't know. But it was like I don't know if there would be rocks there. Why I was getting rocks, I have no idea. I'd be curious to like see what it looks like where they think he is, and like if it's within 3 miles, because I was getting like, and that's why I was getting they missed him. Shut their front gate with what? I was describing a farm if we think about it. I really was, but I was getting like, but see the way that I was seeing and hearing the truck, it was like a dirt road, and then a truck would pass by, go past, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, like he was going to work and stuff. So I mean, meant multiple meanings. The sound could mean that, but yeah, it was really weird. And that would be like the rolling is, I don't know. I mean, I guess it would make sense. And maybe he fell down and was laying in the grass and got dehydrated, and yeah, unfortunately. But I at the same time, I've never had a reading where I've had that sort of thing, so maybe they didn't know how to show it to me, although they would know how to reference it. I could just hear something loud, but again, the way that it showed me was like a truck kept passing him, and maybe that was happening too. Maybe a truck did keep passing him, because I was like getting to bits and pieces, you know what I mean? Like bits and pieces. I'd just be curious because it was almost like it was almost like I was going from, like I was walking through the town or wherever he was seen last, like the market, and down, and then the next thing you know, I was like in a field, and I was getting all that other stuff. It was like I missed a block of time. It could be, yeah. But the way I saw it was just like a truck, like going up and down a road. Like it was leaving for work, coming home from work, leave it or something. Or just driving by him. Maybe there was a truck that was driving by him. But or maybe that's how they were trying to show me the sound. I don't know. But it makes me wonder if he didn't fall or was dehydrated and then it did it. Because how else would they not see him? Can you copy that, Lizzie, and send it to me, please? I wonder why they think that. I wonder why they think that. How sad. Poor baby. That's why I said I think they're missing him. Because I didn't feel like he was far. Man. That sucks. Does it say blue clothing? Oh, send me that to me, Lizzie. I need to see that real quick. Okay. Well, you know how my freaking messenger doesn't work right. Good shit. It takes me forever for my messages to pop up. It's like I was sitting here waiting as it loads and loads and loads. So it does all the time, Lizzie. I get so annoyed. I'm constantly restarting. I don't know why. It only does it on Messenger. Because Lizzie said he wasn't wearing blue clothing. I need to see this. Yeah, we're gonna have to. Thank you. I know. I try to I appreciate that. I would never try to. Yeah, in this picture he has blue on. That's what we were saying. That's the picture we used. Yeah, was the picture we have blue on. That's what I was saying. Like, I don't know. Do they have the area? Oh my gosh, that's like the grass I was seeing. It's weird they said bird of prey had been rolled out. Remember I saw the bird circling? Oh, they're just saying it's a scenario. They don't have any evidence. This they're not saying it's like for real. They're saying it's just a scenario. Because sometimes they find deer and stuff. I mean, it's possible. So, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, it's a theory. It's not a for sure thing, but I really think he's got to be by a road, like near a farm. I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean he was in the machine, like down a cliff or down a hill, like near a farm or something. They got that dog out there, though. Man, they got a lot of people. I don't know. Huh. He's got to be by a road. That's one thing that repeats. And we know, like, when I've noticed when stuff repeats, it's important. It's very important when stuff repeats. I know, but I suck at maps, honestly. I really do. I got my printer. I was going to print out maps, but I have no place to put my printer. I got to come up with a place to put it because I don't have any place to put it. So I got a printer and nowhere to put it. Go figure. And I haven't even tried the idea that I have. The way that I want to do it, I'll explain to you guys how I want to try to do this. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to write things on a piece of paper, like north, east, south, west. Okay. Then I wanted to see what the pendulum would circle, which way direction. Then say there's roads nearby. Or no, I wanted to write miles. So 1 mile, 2 mile, 3 mile, 4 mile, and put it on there or longer. See what number it circles. Okay. Then I wanted to do like streets in the area. See what it circles. It hasn't worked so well. I tried this with Dylan and it says he's on the property, which I've said multiple times, but I don't know. It's like going that way from the property. So then I want to take and print out a map and then use my pendulum on the map and see what happens. Because there's a way that I've watched that you can go. I watched this guy that does it, and he shows you put it in a searching position. So yes, you do start it going. You're supposed to put it in a searching position. Then you take a pen and you go this way along the map, like this way along the map, and then wherever it circles, then you switch directions and you go that way until it circles. He's able to do it really well. I haven't got that good at it. So that was my idea on how I was going to do this, but I haven't had the time, energy, all of that to actually start working on it. I wanted to do closed cases first. I have a lot of people telling me new cases. No, I don't want to use it on new cases yet because I want to see if it works first. I want to see how accurate it is. If it's not accurate, then there's no point to do it. Although Spirit did give me the idea, I want to make sure that's something I can do. So that was my idea on how I was going to do the mapping, but I also have to again try it. I don't know that he's gotten by a harvester. I do feel that there's a farm somewhere because of the I just feel like Spirit would have showed me that. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I still feel like I'm rolling and falling, and the vehicle is interesting because it's back and forth, back and forth, back and forth on a road. Like that's something that won't go away. It's just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I don't know. Just like a loud vehicle. I want to say it's a truck because it reminds me of a truck, but any vehicle that's loud like that. But it's the same one. So it's either a private property or one that this truck or this vehicle always takes to go to their house or work or leave. It's like they pass him constantly. That's the way it comes in, and the way I try to that's the way I'm perceiving it. I know I just suck at maps. I can't pinpoint anything. I mean, like I said, I got my printer. I was going to print stuff out, but I got to find somewhere to hook up the printer at. That's the problem I've run into. I don't have a little table or anything to put it on, so I've got to figure out where the hell I'm going to put it. I mean, it's Wi-Fi, so I could really put it anywhere, I guess. But I have to have a place to plug it in at. So, I don't know. I got to think about it. I've been thinking about it for days, trying to figure this out. So, yeah. For those that have gotten keychains, I'm working on it. I'll get more done. Same thing with questions and all that. I'm working on it. Only one person. I'm trying. And I know that the parents have a bad background. I don't think the parents are involved. I just don't. Just because someone has a bad background or has something in their background doesn't mean that they did this. I mean, they weren't even around. So I didn't see anybody involved. It doesn't mean I didn't miss a part where, like, you know, yeah, but it's just a theory. It's not fact. They're just guessing at this point. They don't know. I just think they're missing him. I think he's well hidden somehow, and they're missing him. It could be that, but so the dogs I give a bath. All the dogs are out, but really the dogs I give a bath to. So yeah, it's just a theory. It's not fact. And if that did happen, I think they would find something, blood or whatever. I hate to say that, but I don't know. Hi, you guys. Oh, you guys just made it when I'm just getting ready to get off. So I have to be up early in the morning again. So it takes me a little bit to take care of the animals and stuff. I was actually going to lay down. I was like, oh, I got to tell everybody about the day that I had. It was crazy. And then I had to talk about all the stuff I found out today about Olivia. That's like mind-blowing to me, that I don't understand why it's not enough to look at him deeper. It is probably near a farm. I didn't know there's farms out there, but that's what a windmill reminds me of. It's in the vicinity. I was going to try to draw a map today. So it's almost like it's almost like I get this dirt road that somebody drives on constantly, maybe to the farm. Then I get the field. There's a reference to like a standalone tree. I don't know. I get that a lot. I don't know if it's symbolic or not, or literal. Then it's like this grass, but I don't know, because I keep getting hills too, or a hill or something. But like in the distance, there's like a house or a property. Like I keep seeing in the distance, I can see like a windmill and a house. That's what I keep getting. I know. I don't. It's gotta be though. Yeah, it's too late. I already do get overheated. That's why like everything's mixed up except for the days I have to go get my mom and take her somewhere. Usually I'm up all night and then I sleep most of the day. Try to keep my dogs cool that are outside, and I just don't want it to get any hotter. We didn't get any freaking monsoon out here today. It kind of sucks. Did she gift memberships? I don't see anything. What did I miss? Where'd it go? I don't see it. Sorry. What? I mean, I don't know what good it'll help. I mean, I don't know. I guess I could try to print it out and see. I don't see any. How come I can't see? Well, thank you, Lizzie, if you did that. But where did I miss? How did I miss it at? Weird. I don't know. That's weird. Yeah, but no, it should show up Like when it happens, it should show up. Yeah, I don't know that it would do much good if I go there anyways. My gifts are like, I'm not a good feeler. I can feel things, but I'm not a good feeler. I've never been able to walk to a place and be like, but I can walk and find things in the house. It's just, I don't know. I think it's different. I've been to other places and had no luck. So, but I don't know. Growing all the time. We'll see. Yeah, we talked about him. It was just more like validation kind of that I've gotten, and maybe doing a reading on the ones we don't think fit his MO. So I didn't really go into depth. So I don't know. When was that? Oh, it was 12:33. Oops. No, I can't channel the weather. No, that's not something I'm gonna do. I mean, if it comes in an auto write, tells me something's gonna happen. Okay, that's it. I have no idea. When it comes to, I mean, I agree. I think I agree with it being like multiple, like high, like professionals being involved, because I've gotten a doctor. I've gotten like that kind of feeling around it. With her, I don't know. I've never done a reading on her. I can't say. The one thing I think I always feel is like my head being pushed into the water. That's it. What's ogre? I don't know what that is. I mean, we can make it rain. I have a story about that. Actually, when they were having all those fires in Australia, I literally took a drawing and I drew. I have it somewhere. I don't know if I had brought it with me, but I have a picture of it somewhere. I drew like a koala, rainbow, rain, all that stuff on there. And I did a lot of praying. I did some drumming. I did like kind of like a rain dance, and I said it would rain. And it was like the next day or the day after, it poured out there. So yes, we can do that kind of stuff. It's just like manifesting. Okay, so again, I've never done a reading on Shannon Gilbert. The Gilgo Beach guy, I did privately with a bunch of girls who thought I Googled. It is on the community post. I don't have a video because it was done privately, and I was going to redo it for you guys, but I didn't get to that. So no, I did it, but not live. So it's all posted. And I think there is a doctor that connects. Well, we can all do that if we want to, really. I mean, it's just like kind of like manifesting things. We put that out there. Our thoughts are powerful. When we really want something really bad, we can actually bring it to us. It's no different than rain. If a lot of people do it, a lot of people are praying. Prayer is powerful. I've seen it work. Amazing things. I don't know if I've ever told this story on here before. I think I have. Maybe not to you guys. And just an example of the power of prayer. So, and it wasn't her time either, but this was just one of those things. So I had met this, I knew this guy. I was back in MySpace days. All right. So I knew this guy on MySpace, and he was a friend of mine. And it turns out that his girlfriend was a dancer, and she got into a head-on collision. She passed away 5 times on the way to the hospital. And she was in really, really bad critical care. So I started praying really, 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 really hard for her to be okay, to make it. She did not have a good chance of survival. I think she even died a couple more times on the table. And they brought her back. She ended up making a miraculous recovery. But I telling you, I never prayed so much in all my life. I never prayed so hard in all my life. And we ended up being, we ended up being friends. And she ended up dumping that guy because he kind of wasn't with her through all of this. And she swears that if it wasn't for the prayers, she probably wouldn't be alive. And I know we didn't get into it. I'm wondering if she had an NDE. I really do. And now that I think about it, but she was told she would never dance again. And she ended up, I think last I heard, she ended up dancing again. But that just shows the power of prayer. Like a lot of praying, not saying that I did it, but I just think that the power of prayer helps in so many ways. And that's just one thing. Our thoughts are very powerful and our prayers are very powerful. So that's just another little story. No, I don't think it's a mafia. It might be like a group, like they were saying, of professionals. That makes sense. Like a group of professionals. Yeah, I mean, I did it with Lizzie's mom, but it was like prayer, it was healing, it was all that. Meditation, asking for it, learning everything you can learn, all those things together. Yep, that's my advice. Meditation, super important. Lizzie, I'm not going to put that on there. Reread that. When I reread your typo there. I don't know if I should post that or not. It's a good example of typos. It reminds me of like one of those things that you when you're typing, like there's a couple times I've done some bad words accidentally. Like they post those things, like people are talking and they have all these typos. It's freaking hilarious. I won't tell her what you said. Should not be. Oh, you missed the lives. We've had some very good laughs on here. Where I laughed a lot harder than this. We go back to when people were smoking and got me high. We had what was it? He was also a freaking border patrol guy. Who's the border patrol guy? He was compared to an actor, a Mexican actor. They said Mexican. Do you remember? Oh yeah, Cooter. When somebody said Cooter. We always have so funny. Lizzie needs glasses too. Oh, we always have fun. I can't remember that. Do you remember, Lizzie, the Do you remember the actor that the lady had compared to the guy she was seeing, and we were all cracking up? She's like, I don't. She thought the ghosts were wearing clothes, and it was a picture of a goat on a lap, and you could see like the jeans. Yeah, it was a. What the heck? Who did we say it was? This is gonna bug the crap out of me. There had to be someone here on that live that remembers that talk. It was like a question. She's like, "Oh, why are your goat or the goat's wearing clothes?" It was like, "Isn't this cute?" It's not clothes. Who was it? No, it was like a hot, like older actor, but we said it was like a Mexican version. But I can't remember. No, it wasn't that guy. Man, it's gonna bug me now. And then somebody said like they're. I don't think so. No, it was the guy's really white in real life, and she said that he was like a Mexican. No. It's not the guy with chips. No, it's not. The guy is white in real life, but it was like a Mexican version of the guy. Well, anyways, it was on one of the question lives. It was so freaking funny. I think I laughed. George Clooney. Yes, thank you. Nans was there. Mexican George Clooney. I was trying to freaking. I was trying. It was hard not to envision it. George Clooney. No, is this one? Is that one? Nans was here. She was here. You have a good memory. I don't. I'm not good at people's names. No, not Matthew McConaughey. Oh my gosh, it was so funny. She was like, I would have went nuts trying to figure that out, trying to think of that. It would have drove me crazy. No, he's white in real life. Not Eric Estrada. This guy right here, George Clooney. He's Mexican George Clooney. That's who she compared this guy to. And we just all started busting up because I was like, oh, man, I bet you he looks so funny. I was like picturing like a Mexican George Clooney. Well, Cooter, I think, was the one that I laughed the most on. She would be. She'd be looking up old live stuff, trying to figure out who it was. I'm glad you have a good memory, because yeah, that's what she'd be doing. We won't tell your mom what you called her here tonight, though. Yeah, well then why are you saying Eric Estrada? That's so far from George Clooney. Oh my god, it was so funny. We've had lots of times where I just started busting up. And it's funny because Angela was be here and she would message Tammy, she's losing it. Go save her. She's losing it. Yeah. So, anyways, we laugh. I know we do like a lot of like crime stuff and all like crazy stuff, but you know, it's still good to laugh sometimes. I think I lost it the most on that one. on the Cooter thing. And then everybody's like, oh, I named my dog Cooter. And I was like, how could you be like, come here, Cooter, and not laugh? You know? Like, how could you not do that? Who would name their dog Cooter or their cat Cooter? And then we're like, why would you name your cat Cooter if you think about another name for a cat? Like, why would you do that? I don't know. I don't get it. Hey, how old do you think I am? I'm not young. I'm not that young. When was that? What year was that? The guy from Emergency. What year was Emergency? I know. Come here, Cooter. Whenever I heard that guy, and it's not funny, but the kid that was like at home, but he was thought to be missing, Rudy. Every time I hear that name, I'm like, hey, Rudy. from Dawn of the Dinosaurs, Ice Age. Hey, Rudy. Hey, Rudy. Cheyenne's looking at me. I'm not saying your name, Cheyenne. Rudy. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that movie. That's the best movie. It's one of my favorite cartoons. Hey, Rudy. Oh, the 70s? Yeah, that is before my time. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. And you know what? Like, cats, like, they're known for the other word. It's, like, weird. I don't know. Well, Jen's not here, so it's not her. I think I'm just delirious because I'm tired and I'm stupid and I'm up and I shouldn't be awake right now because I have to get up early. And you know it takes me forever to take care of the animals, so I'm just an idiot. I don't even know why I'm awake. I don't know. I don't get it. And they all admit it. Oh my god. I need to go back and get re-pulled over by Border Patrol. I need a do-over. Hey, don't step on her, Cheyenne. Watch out. Don't step on her. Watch out, baby. I'll probably get pulled over again driving that car because she's got a lot in it. So it's weighted. So I guess it looks like I'm carrying people. So. Hi, Neo. I think I'm just delirious, honestly. I think I'm past the point of, because I was so tired earlier. I was having a hard time staying awake, even drive my mom home. And then I was like, oh, I should come home and, do what I need to do and go to bed. And I was like, no, I have to tell YouTube what happened to my day. It was a crazy day. Very, very crazy. My mom said it was a new full moon or something. I need to look and see. I think it is a full moon. What is I haven't really been on my phone today and it's dying right now. Dang it. Hey, what are you doing, buddy? No plastic for you. Get out of here with the plastic. I've had it with you guys and that stuff. It's 2:35. If it wasn't taking my mom, I'd be up anyways, but they had it closed and the guy pulled but I'm usually in my car. So they had the actual Border Patrol closed, but they had the guy like on the side of the road, and I guess they're looking for the cars, like how they're weighted. I don't know. I was like, that's how you figure it out? He couldn't have seen me. It was dark. Yeah, that's Neo. What was I looking up? I was going to look up something real quick. And I don't remember what it was. I told you I'm tired. Neo, what are you doing? Quit eating stuff you're not supposed to have, love. Please. This is, you're being just too much right now. Okay? No. Right? What was I looking up? I was going to look up something real quick, and now I don't remember what it is. I wish I could show you a picture of, There's a vision that I saw. We were trying to figure out one of these serial killers. I think it was like one of the highway serial killers. I had a picture that I made of him. I wanted to put him up for you guys right now for some reason. I've been wanting to show that lately for a reason. I don't really, but it's like old. It might be back. It might be an old serial killer and how he was back then. I don't know. Oh, Neo, get your butt out of my face, dude. I forgot what I was going to look up. I was going to look up something. And you guys are no help because no one's telling me what I was going to look up. Yeah, me and Lizzie are going to do a Golden Girls trip to Ireland. You guys are supposed to help me out. Like, what was I supposed to put? I swear, I'm delirious. I'm just really tired. I think I got like 3 hours of sleep last night. So, because I'm an idiot. I wonder if I have. I was gonna try to. Let me see. No, that's for 2 monitors. I don't think I can show it. I thought I could. Oh, full moon. Thank you, C. Smith. I'm glad someone knows what we're doing here, because I sure don't. I have to do it for yesterday. What? Because it was yesterday. Oh, we're on a new moon. Told you I don't know shiz, Nick. New moon. So, obviously not full moon. I don't know who told me it was a full moon, but I think it was my mom. But it's a new moon, so it's not even, you can't even see it. So, I don't know why it would be like all this weird stuff today. Yeah, maybe we will when we're old. Either older girls trip or in the next couple of years when I have someone to take care of the animals or I don't have so many. So that's the only thing that's holding me back. Well, money and animals. But Lizzie was out there and I was like, oh man. The thing just popped up for. I can't share that picture I got with you guys. I won't let you share pictures, just videos. So stupid. Yeah. Portland authorities say deaths of 4 women are linked to after speculation about serial killer. Authorities say they identified a link between 4 women who were found deceased in Portland, Oregon and surrounding area in the last 3 months. According to a statement, investigators have determined that all those 4, it would be Kristen Smith, Charity Lynn Perry, Bridget. Bridget came in Kristen, so I think they were telling me they were linked. Ramsey Webster, and Ashley Reel. Deaths of 4 women in Portland area. Kristen Smith clockwise from top to left. Bridget. Okay, and then they show the picture. Officials have yet to identify the person of interest, adding that no one has been criminally charged in the collection of deaths. However, officials have not said how they died. We have identified a person of interest as Jesse Lee Calhoun, a 38-year-old who was released from prison last year after burglary, stolen vehicle convictions. Online records shows he's been in custody since earlier this month. Hey, Perry's remains were in a river. It's basically what I got. I didn't know that. Yeah, but I don't remember what I got in that reading. I think maybe I wasn't, because I didn't see her get. Did I even see her get unalived in that reading? I don't think I did. I have to go back and listen. I know I saw like the trucker really clearly for some reason, but I don't think I saw this guy really clearly. I don't know. You guys, oh shoot, not there. I'm really close to, I need to get off here. I'm really like, what do you call it? Delirious. 7, 98, 99. We are 3 away from 23,000 subs. We just need 3 more subscribers. Just 3. Just 3. 3 more subscribers for 23 in 2023. Thanks for being here, Dancing Queen. Go dance on with your crown, girl. Yeah, 3. We need 3 more. 3 more. 3 more. That's all we need. 3 more. So on Carly, it says, I heard the mother hired a lawyer. $63,000 was raised in the search, but was given back due to the unlikely abduction. I'm telling you, she wasn't abducted. Freaking hoax shit. Sorry. Believe her. That's my thoughts on it. Anybody wants to know my thoughts? That's my thoughts. I'm not doing a reading on it. My thoughts is it was all, I don't know. I kept getting attention like all day. I never saw a perpetrator. All I saw was a freaking motel sign. She was in a motel somewhere. The red roof keeps coming up from people, and then I keep being told, oh, it's not true, but then it comes up somewhere else. How do we know it's not true? I mean, I don't know. I know I kept seeing motel, so there's a motel somewhere. I don't care if it's the red roof or not. It wasn't serious, so I'm not going to do a reading on it. Because it's we should all know anyway. I mean, we're going to all know anyways. There's no evidence of it. None. No one else saw the toddler. It's like weird. I don't know. Yeah, Carly. That's how I feel about it. So there's my thoughts on it. Allegedly. There's obviously some mental illness in there, but yeah. I did say CD motel. That's what I was getting, I kept seeing the sign motel and it was flashing. So, but then everybody keeps telling me, oh, she wasn't at the Red Roof. I don't care if it wasn't the Red Roof. I don't care if it was the Ramada. I don't care. There was a motel. And I think it was like one that like you're not going to check or go to or whatever. So that's how I feel about it. Because I couldn't get anything. I couldn't get a perpetrator. I couldn't get her anywhere else. So that's why I was like, this is like not real. Spirit's just showing me like a motel. I'm glad I didn't waste my energy on it. So I hope she goes and gets the help she needs. All right. Well, I guess I'm gonna get around and go because I have a lot of crap to do before I go to bed, and I'm really, really tired. I'm gonna post that video of the hummingbird probably on, I don't know how long it is. I don't know if it's shorts or video. And then I'll post a picture on the community page so you guys can see it. I might post it on TikTok too, I don't know. Yeah, like I said, so many others in my energy, and there's a stupid comment talking about how none of these are my stories to tell. No, they're not my stories to tell. But the difference is Carly's alive with her family. She's safe. She's okay. For whatever happened, these other people are not. They need to, they want or need to be found. They want or need their voice heard. And I am telling their story, not my story. I channel them. Therefore, it is their story to tell through me. I give voices to the victims. That's what I do. That's the difference. She's fine. They are not. So, and if I wasn't meant to do it, I wouldn't be doing it. If they didn't want their story told, they wouldn't talk to me. Spirit does not have to talk to me. Spirit does not have to work with me. Spirit does not have to show me a darn thing. They choose to. So, and the reason that they choose to is for those left behind. And for some kind of karma or whatever the reason may be. So, just putting that out there because there's some ridiculous comments lately. Well, anybody that does anything like this, obviously, just saying. I don't know. If she was really in trouble, Spirit would have pushed me. They would have given me something more, So, just saying. It's nothing to put my energy and time onto. She's home. She's safe. What's the point? There is no point. Whatever comes out is going to be on her if we ever find out the whole truth. Probably we will, but you never know. We might not. It's going to be an investigation now, so y'all will find out whatever they want to tell you from that. I don't want to spend time and energy on it. Exactly. Thank you. Good night. Yeah, Tammy, she goes to bed early now. So that's one reason, like I was explaining on the other reading, why we haven't been able to do a reading together is because she goes to bed early and we're backwards, unfortunately. I miss her too, but it's hard because I have readings, a lot of times 5, 6, 7. After that I need a break. And she's 2 hours ahead. So unfortunately, until like it gets cooler, I can never really work earlier. So That's just, I just don't have the energy, unfortunately. And then she's like changed her hours and started going to bed earlier. Once the time changes, she's only an hour difference. Maybe it'll be different. I don't know. I try, but because she goes to bed early now, she's not a night owl anymore. So that's the problem. Is because I'm a night owl, I have to do all my work at night, and then she's not now. So that makes it hard. So she does. Yep, she has 7 kids. Yep. So she always helped me out of the goodness of her heart and stuff like that. So, we miss her, but she's going to bed earlier, and I don't. So it's now 3 o'clock, and I'm an idiot for being on here this long. What happened to the short life? I don't know. It's never a short life. I don't know what to say. I try, but I like to jibber jabber too much because you guys are my social life. I don't have a social life. You're my social life. Yeah, she doesn't sleep very much. She's like Lizzie's like my other night owl. Like she's up super freaking early, and she's 3 hours ahead. So she is up with her. Yeah. Well, it's so hot here anyways. Like I can't do it during the week. I can't do it during the day. It's like I told her. She's like, we have an air conditioner. I'm like, yeah, a little one. It keeps it livable in here, but it's not like an HVAC where it's like, yes, cooled. No, I'm still sweating. Just livable. Doable. So, whatever. I do what I can when I can. That's what I always tell people. So, I guess I should go to bed because I think I have to leave at 9. My mom's appointment's at 2 tomorrow, thank God, instead of 1. But still. Hopefully I can get to bed by 6. It takes a while to take care of everybody. Hopefully not. So, I love you guys. Thank you for chit-chatting. It was fun. I had a great time. Hopefully I get pulled over again. I'm just kidding. It was kind of fun. It was scary, but kind of fun. Since it's the only men I ever see. Just saying. She's just gonna go get checked to make sure the pressure's okay and the cataract she had taken off today. Her whole personality changed though when she could see in color after she argued with me. Not by a cop. Border Patrol's fine because I ain't got nothing to hide. Not by a cop. Not putting that out there, universe. No cops. Just Border Patrol. They're checking like the pressure and stuff to make sure she's okay from her surgery today because it was really big cataracts. Really big. So, he was like, I think, stressed out about taking it off the way he was acting. So it was a really big cataract, and they just wanted to make sure that she was in a much better mood. Of course, she was still under the influence, but when me and Eli got back, she was in a totally different mood because she could see the TV. She hasn't been able to see the TV in like forever. She's like, I can see the TV now, and I was like, good. Maybe you'll be a little bit happier instead of like stressing out that you can't see anything. So, thank God. But they took a cataract out and they put a new lens in, so she literally has a lens inside of her eye and a piece of paper and everything. So, yep. All right, I love you guys. I'm going now for real. Where's my thing?